Imagine being chained to stacks of humming servers, sweating every spike in usage and dreading the day something would break. For decades, building any digitally powered business meant being hostage to heavy, immovable data infrastructure. Businesses spent millions just to keep their digital heartbeats alive, laboring in server rooms and data centers, forever afraid of failure, downtime, or a sudden surge in success their hardware couldn't handle. Welcome to the pre-cloud era, a world where scaling your application was an ordeal. Expanding your user base meant buying more machines, installing complicated database software, and praying that it all worked together. High upfront costs locked out most innovators, the database itself became a bottleneck. But change was coming. As broadband speeds rose and virtualization took hold, visionaries saw a radical possibility. What if the database, the brain of every operation, could live not on a fixed server, but as a living, breathing service accessible anywhere, growing and shrinking on demand? Enter the cloud database, pioneered by innovations like Amazon RDS, Google Cloud Spanner, and Microsoft Azure Cosmos DB. Their revolution was simple yet incredible. You could now rent the exact database capacity you needed, when you needed it, with just a few clicks. No more hardware purchases. No more sleepless nights tweaking configurations or managing backups. Suddenly, the database was no longer an anchor, it became a springboard. How do cloud databases achieve this? Imagine breaking your massive, unwieldy data into manageable, distributed pieces, spread across the globe but always within reach. These databases automatically replicate your information, keep it safe, and allow you to scale up in seconds or shrink down to save money. They take on the chores, patching, backup, failovers so engineers can focus on building new features, not babysitting old systems. The impact? Transformative. Cloud databases lowered the barrier to entry for startups worldwide, fueling a new generation of apps and services that launched and grew at unheard-of speeds. Netflix, Airbnb, Lyft all were free to scale globally, making use of database systems that expanded right alongside their crowds of users. Enterprises no longer needed to choose between reliability and agility, they had both, instantly. For developers, it meant freedom, a playground where any idea, no matter how ambitious, could be tried out without massive risk or investment. For businesses, it meant resilience, flexibility, and access to insights that were previously unimaginable. And as these services matured, they began to offer not just storage, but intelligence, automated analytics, multi-region replication for global performance, real-time updates that let applications adapt in the blink of an eye. Data was no longer a byproduct, it became the lifeblood of innovation. The legacy of cloud databases is everywhere. Today, nearly every online experience you enjoy, from personalized recommendations to live collaboration, relies on this hidden engine. The creation and democratization of cloud-hosted data stores transformed the internet from a patchwork of fragile websites into a robust, intelligent, and ever-evolving ecosystem. The next time you spin up a new database in minutes or marvel at an app that just works.